Are the Lakers making a huge mistake playing Taurean Prince more than Rui Hachimura? And it seems like Jarred Vanderbilt is still dealing with some injury issues. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar seems to be on the road to recovery after a scary incident. What's good, y'all, and welcome to another Lakers Digest video. I'm your host, Okechi Apakama, and before we get into everything of today's video, guys, I want to bring your attention to something. There is 96% of you guys who have recently watched our videos who are not subscribed to the channel just yet, and if you guys want more of that Laker news, Laker game recaps, trade rumors, just every and all things LA Lakers, you guys would come right here to Lakers Digest to make it your home for all of it. And guys, we're pushing towards our 1,000 subscriber count, so each and every one of you guys who subscribe to the channel help out so much. Now guys, with that out the way, let's hop straight into the contents of today's video as Hachimura is losing minutes. So it seems like the Lakers have been playing Taurean Prince more than Rui Hachimura. And Hachimura, who was a guy who showed up and showed out during the playoffs last year, especially in that Grizzlies series in the first round and in that Denver series in the Western Conference Finals, has a lot of Laker fans wondering why isn't he getting the minutes he's accustomed to now that he is back healthy on the floor. And I feel like there's a couple of reasons and, just more context to that of what's going on with the Los Angeles Lakers, as the team has been going through a very heavy injury bug where a lot of guys have just been dealing with a lot of nagging injuries. And then Rui Hachimura is no stranger to that, as he has already been out this season due to concussion, and then he broke his nose in a Dallas game earlier this year. So he's been wearing a mask, and he's been having a hard time kind of adjusting to the mask. As he kind of said after the San Antonio loss last week, he said, "It's been annoying, but I have no choice. I have to wear the mask. I think it's still broken, so I gotta wear it because even today I got hit. So if I didn't have it, I think it would be broken again. So I just have to keep wearing it and get used to it." I think they said it's 6 weeks. I think so. It's more like 4 weeks or something. Just gotta get used to it. So Hachimura is just saying that he's been having a hard time getting acclimated to that mask. So it's kind of maybe hindering his field of vision, not really helping him when he has that peripherals, especially when you basketball players, you got to need those peripherals, especially on defense and offense, to see where the help is coming. So that's been affecting Hachimura, and I think that's what the coaching staff has been picking up on, as they haven't been playing him as much as he would probably like. And I also think this has to do a little bit with matchup situation, especially specifically on the defensive end, as the Lakers generally at that 3 spot like to throw a defender, somebody that can flank LeBron James and sort of be that person to defend the other team's best forward. So that's what Taurean Prince has kind of been doing for the Los Angeles Lakers at the beginning part of the season, taking on challenges like Kevin Durant and Brandon Ingram, just to name a few guys, and Franz Wagner, but just guys all over that forward position who are of that rangier variety. And so Taurean Prince, who's been a guy who's more acclimated to guard those type of players, as Hachimura is more of a physical 4-5 defender, and he's more accustomed to guarding bigger guys. So guys like Julius Randle or Karl Anthony Towns, guys with more girth, especially because Hachimura's got a lot of size, and he's very comparable to LeBron in that way because of his size. But I think that's been sort of the reason why Hachimura hasn't been getting those minutes that he's likes, as Taurean Prince, like I said, is more accustomed to guarding those small forwards around the league. And then also the shooting as well, as Taurean Prince, with the exception of their last game against the Knicks where he went 3 for 13, he's been shooting extremely well, especially in the in-season tournament where he really started to pick it up, and then also in the month of November where he started to pick up his shooting as well. So Taurean Prince, just for the Lakers, just offense, it makes a little bit more sense just because he's a guy who can knock down a shot, and especially for a team for the Los Angeles Lakers who are in the bottom 5 of every 3-point category. They kind of need everything they can get from that position. And Hachimura, while he can knock down threes, he is not somebody who you look to make those threes on a regular basis. So Taurean Prince has been the guy for the Lakers, and I think this is going to get a little bit more complicated for the Los Angeles Lakers as we talk about our next topic here, as Jarred Vanderbilt, who is still not 100%, It seems like, as Jarred Vanderbilt is also dealing with that heel bursitis, excuse me, that he got injured earlier this season. So he hasn't been playing as the minutes he would like to either, as he got back on December 2nd, and the most minutes he's played for the Lakers is 17 minutes, which is probably not around where we'd want Jarred Vanderbilt playing. So all of these guys are sort of like fighting for minutes there, especially in that spot next to LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So you have guys like Taurean Prince, who, his pros and cons, great shooter, but not as maybe physical as you would probably want. And then Hachimura, who's like a physical guy who can knock down shots, but that's not his specialty from the three. He's more of like a mid-range assassin. And then you have Jarred Vanderbilt, who is like, I think, an all-world defender and can defend most positions, but you don't get too much out of him on the offensive end. So Darvin Ham and those guys, I think they've been trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. And then Taurean Prince, since he is the new guy, and I think that's why he's been getting majority of the minutes, because he's the one that the Lakers didn't know too much about. So they're throwing him out there to try to get him run and try to get him in these lineups so they can see what kind of player he can be, and maybe he can pop. And if he's anything like how Cam Reddish has been this entire season, which has been a revelation, finding a guy like Cam Reddish to play some of these minutes, I think this is what's been sort of the issue, and the coaching staff has had a hard time kind of juggling what's lineups to put out there on any given night, because especially with the matchup changes and stuff like that, I feel like there's some matchups more suited for a guy like Hachimura, and there's some matchups more suited for a guy like a Taurean Prince or Cam Reddish or even a Jarred Vanderbilt. But like I said before, Vanderbilt dealing with that heel bursitis still, so he hasn't been getting up to the minutes that he would probably like. And all these guys are trying to fight for minutes here, and then it's going to get even more crowded for the Los Angeles Lakers, as there was news today that so this is a quote from Darvin Ham a couple of games ago that said Gabe Vincent has come a long way and everything is going according to a plan, and it's just a few more conditioning boxes we have to check. So this is a couple of days ago, but now it's changed today, as Gabe Vincent is probable, and he's probably going to play tonight in Chicago for the Los Angeles Lakers. So we'll see how the minutes really match up, because this is going to be the first time, I think, all season where all the probable role players for the Lakers are going to be available. So whoever's getting those minutes next to LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and then I think guys like D'Angelo Russell and probably Austin Reaves have their minutes pretty much set in, whether they're starting or coming off the bench. So it's kind of like everybody else around them. So who's going to have minutes and who's going to be the person who doesn't play as much? There's been guys in and out of the rotation, as right now Christian Wood is not really in the rotation. Max Christie has kind of faded a little bit. And then we'll see what happens with guys like Jackson Hayes or guys like Jarred Vanderbilt, see if they try to help get him healthier and just not have him play as much and maybe play a Gabe Vincent more, or they'll play other guys in this position. So I think it's just been a juggling act for the Los Angeles Lakers, trying to figure out where guys go and what makes sense for the Los Angeles Lakers. And this is a rough stretch for the Lakers, as they have been on the road for most parts of December, and it's going to continue with this game tonight in Chicago. Then they're going to go off to Minnesota tomorrow night, and then the game after that, they're going to go to Oklahoma City. So the Lakers' road trips continue, as they go through a couple of tough cities here and a couple of good teams, especially at home. So they're going to have a lot of work cut out for them on these next couple of games. So hopefully we can see more lineups kind of set into place and find guys break all the way through. Now, let's hop into our last story of the day, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is on the mend. So for those of you guys who haven't heard, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar got injured last week, I believe it was. I think they said it was a Hollywood Bowl. He was at a concert and he fell, and then he apparently broke his hip. So he had to go into surgery over the weekend, and it seems that he's on the mend here, as the Lakers tweeted out a photo saying that they're wishing a speedy recovery to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar after his hip replacement surgery, and they put it at the bottom. It was cut off there, but it said "Get well soon, Cap," as most old Laker fans will know that is his nickname there. But yeah, there was a scary incident, and just scary to hear on the news. A guy like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who he's getting up there in age, so a little bit more fragile. Hopefully, it's a good thing that he is okay, and it looks like he's going to be on the mend, but he is probably going to need some of that bed rest, and hopefully the Lakers can provide him some good entertainment, especially in that bed rest, because with these tough road games coming up, they're going to need to play really well here to win a couple of these games. So guys, that's going to be it for this video. Remember, like I said before, subscribe to Lakers Digest. I've been your host, Okechi Apakama, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.